Spaceship. Spaceship.
I always wondered where my AirPod got to. Look at that. Look into that. Oh my God, it's like cracked. It's been ran over. I guess, rest in peace, AirPods.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The foe and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money.
As it's like 6 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning, got like raccoon and shadows and everything, but this video was sponsored by me. If you need a promotional film that does more, that's not static, that, you know, just does extra, that's just, I don't even know, like, I'm like dead tired right now, but isn't just some static shot and can show your personality, show your work, show what you're doing, hit me up. Hey Will Mosley, mosley.com. Again, that's Hey Will Mosley, and we'll create you a nice, beautiful promotional film. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this film. So I want to help you save some money today. I want to help you learn from the mistakes that I made crashing my first drone into the Blue Ridge Parkway.
There you are.
There I am. What's up, bro?
What's up, buddy? Playing over the thing, you know, and had the gas-powered motor and all that stuff. Old school, man.
That's crazy.
It took me months to build that thing. I've got a scar on it, actually, across my hand. We'll see. That scar right there. Oh, no, actually, it's this one. See that big scar?
Uh-huh.
I had X-Acto knife, and I'm cutting... I aired up my tire. Really
bouncy.
Swirly. I think the first drone you get, you want it to be a cheap drone.
No, dead ass. Like, you don't know like what you're gonna do or how it's gonna really be. Because like people see all these cinematic footage.
Yeah.
But it's because that person's just gotten used to like getting it up in the air. Don't you worry, One Wheel's gonna be contacting us soon. Second thing when you get your drone is to just like get all the zipping out of your system. So Scott asked a really good question. He said, like, how did I establish what that flip book kind of style? You guys know what I'm talking about. I'll show it here, B-roll. Or just kind of flips by. Did I like just decide to make it one day, or how did that come about? And the big thing about that was it happened because I needed to speed up my edit process. Because I wanted to get to just the important parts of the film and cut through the rest. Literally highlight the talking head stuff in the timeline, highlight any like highlights, things that I thought were cool. Literally cut everything else short. Had to stop for a chicken break. We'll get back to the drone talk. I know I talked about drones today. All right, Will back in the studio. 1 minute, what they didn't tell you about drones, everything that you need to know right now about purchasing your first drone. Your first drone, DJI Spark, it's very budget. It's definitely not the best footage. It shoots 1080 HD at 30 frames per second, meaning that you can slow it down to about 80%, not 50% or anything like that, and kind of smooth out the, smooth it out. If you're press the power button again.
Oh, wait. Go.
Ooh, nice. We're attempting to get the Maverick airborne. He's looking for something with better range, which is actually quite important. We talk about this a lot in this film. I definitely recommend the DJI Mavic Air. Without a doubt, that's the next drone that I'll be upgrading to. It's maybe $300 more. It used to retail for like $1,000 or $1,200 or something. Now it's like $800, I think. But the range on it is ridiculous, and range is the most important part of a drone, other than the camera, obviously.
So I can still fly it? I just can't.
All right, you take a couple minutes. I'm gonna continue. We've formed a crowd. Currently,
Take blind.
feel confident about bringing it back home?
I guess.
All right, so the stats on the Mavic Pro. We're gonna fly it blind, but that's what we're doing for the vlog. Let's do it. Oh. Here we go. Roll. That's like, how many feet do you think that's up? Woo! Precisely. So far up. The stupid things that I learned about crashing my first drone. When I put the drone in the air for the first time or started doing it, I thought that I had to like zip it away from my body and pull it back in and do all these weird, crazy shots. And that just isn't the case. It's cool to do some of those shots, but if you're looking at a practical way to get really nice, dynamic, different shots every single time someone watches your vlogs, just getting the drone in the air, pointing it 45 degrees at the angles to say this is you or say this is just whatever it is, and then just flying it in a circle diameter perimeter. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that before, but it's something that's simple. And just go to different locations. Don't stay in the same place all the time, or else of course you're gonna get the same shot. I talk a lot about confidence, I talk a lot about self-awareness in this vlog, and vlogging is a key to kind of getting over the fear of people looking at you, people judging you online, people being like, what the hell? There's a whole huge session of that going on as you create these daily vlogs or whatever it is that you're doing. So droning is kind of the same thing. Like, you get it up in the air. A lot of times people think it's cool, but you also have times when people just think it's awkward, like, oh, what the hell is going on, blah, 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 you know, just get over that. Like, I know I say just get over that, but you do this more and more, I promise you, once you build confidence in what you're shooting, what you're capturing in the sky, whether it's in the sky or it's from the, you know, you're holding the camera out and you know what the end product's gonna be, then it just gets easier and easier. It may seem so simple, so stupid, whatever, but the biggest thing, and I've said this before, keeping that sight line, just keeping that sight line from you and the drone. So like, if the drone is over here, right, and I'm looking at it, and it goes all the way back here, and I'm still looking this way, obviously that's a bad thing. Or if I'm going the drone's up here, and this whole line happens to be trees, I know I'm just making up stuff from the crib in the background, but you get my point. Don't fly around trees, just don't do it. Like, you can, but don't. It makes it so much easier to keep your eye on the drone, so much easier to land, pull off, all that stuff. The biggest thing that I learned from losing my first drone was to make sure the wireless connection, the signal, was good. Do what?
front tire or back tire of my bicycle, right? And then have the tire rub on my bike tire, and then I could have a motor. One wheel bike.
One wheel bike.
One.
Copyright.
Yeah.
Scott Johnson.
Oh, you guys hear that, right?
Co-founder Will Mosley.
That's my idea.
Use a separate phone. Very important. Use a separate phone to fly your drone with. Don't use the same phone that you use to make calls, because you will lose your drone that way. Let me explain. Drones are going off a lot of different things. They're going off the GPS of the remote to the drone. They're also going off the Wi-Fi from the phone to the controller to the drone, like a whole bunch of stuff. And then also drones don't like Bluetooth. They hate Bluetooth. And it always recommends turn off Bluetooth, turn off, like I had AirPods in. I used to have AirPods in while trying to fly the drone, and I'd get a phone call in the AirPod. Shout out to the first clip about the AirPods, rest in peace AirPods. I'd fly the drone and literally the call connected and I'd lose all signal, all service to the drone that's up in the air, and you're panicking like, how can I get this thing back down? So trust me, use a separate phone. Keep Bluetooth off on that phone. Like if you have an extra one laying around, it doesn't have to be fancy. Most of us already have an extra old phone laying around. Turn the Bluetooth off, connect to the Wi-Fi network of the drone, and make sure that your home network, like the network here, isn't saved in this phone, because it'll automatically always connect to the drone Wi-Fi, meaning that you can get the drone up in the air way faster. And you're not likely to get a call, because if you get a call on a phone, the chances are horrible for you. Last bonus is something that I didn't know that's really cool. Do I need cellular reception for my drone to work? I always thought it needed it. I was like, this is how all this is working. No, you actually don't. You can fly it with a phone without cellular. You don't need any of that stuff. And it just works somehow with the remote and the drone and all that it just works, and you don't need any cellular reception. So it's nice to know that you can be in bumfuck anywhere and be able to fly it and not have to worry about, is the cellular reception good? Perfect for those weddings and stuff like that. Dope. That is probably more than 1 minute with Will of FAQs, but things that I wish I knew that I now know that hopefully I can hand to you. Here you go. Here, take this.
You inspired it.
That's right. So I saw it. So how long do batteries last for drones? If you get the cheaper one like the Spark, it's about 15 minutes, and it doesn't seem like that long, but it actually, like, if you're not flying it crazy, it is a long time to be in the air. Just don't fly it miles out and you'll be good. It takes, maybe a minute to descend, maybe a minute to get it up there, and then the rest of the time you can like spend just doing shots. I really hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. Until next time, don't lose your drone. Don't fly it too crazy. Just get the shots you need and bring it back down. And I promise you, your drone cinematography will love you for it. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace. I want to talk just for a second about the creative process of films, and like when you kind of get into a rut. You remember last time I was in a rut and it took me a while to kind of get back to this. Sometimes you just gotta let it sit and you get that drive, you get that energy to just kind of do something again, and that's good. I tried actually editing this film, I think a day or two ago and it just wasn't happening. But I came back to it 2 days later, fresh, feeling good, and I was able to get through the edit much easier. So, you know, just know yourself. All right, next one we're talking about fatherhood, so that should be good. All right, bye.
All right, ready, set.